Okay, so we got a whole nother set of girls. 6 of them. Let's get to it. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 12, episode 2, which is the second part of our premiere of season 12 for RuPaul's Drag Race. Listen, right out the bat, there's 6 girls. Eh, they were interesting. I have to say, I thought the first 7 girls were more interesting. Um, yeah, definitely. And I enjoyed the first part of the premiere better than the second part. But I'm glad that he actually did do them in 2 parts because we got the chance to really get to meet them instead of it all being crammed into one episode. So I did actually like this idea. We got Tandy Newton and Robin as guest judges on this one as well. So let's go through the girls. Rock'em Sakura. She's from San Francisco. She is basically child, we've seen it before. Basically, we see. I did like her reference to Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I was like, yeah, girl, that's what you give. You do give that. But again, it's an anime thing. You know, that's like the big thing now. This whole anime drag queen thing. So I'm like, okay, cool, 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 cool. So we got her. Um, Dahlia Sin. Now, Dahlia Sin is Aja's child. Baby, she basically just looks like a prettier version of Aja. She's from New York City as well. That's basically her claim to fame. She's pretty, and she's a pretty boy queen. Because I don't see her as being. You know, some people are really, really pretty, and you could tell that maybe at some point they may end up being trans. Like you can kind of see the progress. I've been around so long, I can see the progression. She's not pretty like that. She's like a really gorgeous boy transformation, sort of like Tyra. That's who she put me in mind of. Put me in mind of Tyra Sanchez. When I first saw her, I was like, yeah, she's giving me Tyra. Um, I like her, but yet she again, that's that boy queen thing. I can't stand this flat chest thing. I I'm never going to be okay with that. It just seems out of place to me. Something is missing with that. But again, you got to move along with things. I'll accept it. Because, you know, again, I love all forms of drag. So I'll accept it. I just can't get down with it. You'll never see me anywhere, you know, breastless. You know, with no breastplate or no. Mm-mm. Just that flat chested boy drag thing. Mm-mm. Anyway, then we got Sherry Pie, who you all know all the drama surrounding Sherry Pie. Sherry's going to be, they're going to show everything just as it's been recorded. Sherry just will not be a part of the grand finale. Spoiler alert, we all know Sherry was throwing down because Sherry made it to the top 4. So, and that's the worst part about this, Sherry Pie was like the best in this episode. She was like the best through this whole episode. I was like, girl, you really screwed yourself. You really wasted your time. Anyway, then we got Jan. Jan is from New York City. I like Jan. Jan is another one that's a pretty boy queen. Um, I'm trying to think of who she reminds me of. She reminds me of somebody else too, but anyway. Jan is just pretty. She's a pretty queen. Then we got Jada Essence Hall. She's pretty, baby. She is nothing but down south pageant drag, and she is so thoroughly together. I said, "Girl, I'm going to enjoy her, honey." She's very much her aesthetic is my type of drag aesthetic. Look as much as like a girl as possible is what her aesthetic is. And she is from the pageant world, and you got to see that right away in the mini challenge. Then we had Aiden Zane, Listen, I like Aiden. I like Aiden a lot. Aiden is from, she says Atlanta, but she's not really from Atlanta. She's from the outskirts. So Atlanta is the closest city to her. She's what she calls herself a scary queen. So another child, one of ours, honey. Another Sharon Needles, honey. Not quite as spooky as Sharon, I don't think, but I like her. I like her right away. I like her, and she gives me Bjork, honey. And I said, girl, I like her, honey. I think she's really groovy, and the funny part is if she wants to completely glam up and really do somebody and do character work, she would be dead on to do Celine Dion. When I was watching her painting her face from the beginning, she was just starting to get painted. I said, oh my God, that bitch could turn right. You could turn her right into Celine. She could be able to do, even her body type and everything, she would be able to do a mean Celine, honey. But whatever, that's not even her aesthetic. Her aesthetic is scary drag, weird drag, and very editorial. She could do editorial stuff. She'll be perfect for like all type of editorial work. I like her. I like Aiden. Anyway, so we go to the big challenge. Same as last week. Spring and fall fashion show. Child in their audience. You talk about somebody cracking up laughing was me, honey. And they had the fake Andre Leon Talley, the fake Karl Lagerfeld, the fake Anna Sui, and the fake Zaldi. I was falling out laughing. I was like, Rue, you stupid. You are stupid. And they were down there in that little, it was hilarious. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, let's talk about the things that stood out. Jada. Miss Jada rolled out there, baby, with this floral dress that was given very body conscious, and it had little sheer cutouts. It was very, when I seen her, I said, come on, puss. When she walked out there, it was very much pageant girl. Pageant girl. Her hair, the big swoops, and very Atlanta pageant, honey. Very much so. Her looks, both her looks for this was very much the casual wear category for a Southern pageant. She came back with a suit, and it was a lilac, very pageant, very casual wear. I said, do it, girl. So it was cool. Jan came out in this, it was like Marie Antoinette inspired feel. It was this whole bone bodice, really sharp. She had this floral skirt. It was very, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I was like, yeah, girl, that's giving me runway. It was very, very couture. I liked it. Aiden did a whole 60s mod thing. Like I said, very editorial. It would translate to pictures very, very well. Miss Dahlia. Baby, Miss Dahlia came out there with this fur. It was like sheer insects and fur with a hood dress. Nasty. You didn't want no parts of it. I said, Miss Dahlia. And of course, there was a hood, and it was like a fitted hood, so it framed her face, and that bitch had little Betty Boop curls glued to her face. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I said yes. It was very much the Black Dahlia, honey. I said, nasty, honey. That fur dress. I said, girl, give it to him, honey. Sherry Pie. Baby, Sherry Pie gave me every bit of a glammed, stoned, and beaded version of Catherine Cryer off of the Have and the Have-Nots. I said, go ahead, girl. The first look was cool, and the second look with the black hat and the little veil, I said, come on through, Miss Sherry Pie. Child, she tore it up. She did, but she gave me Catherine Cryer, honey. I said, go ahead, girl. Jan came out with this crocodile trench coat and dress and a patent leather boot. It was very, very runway. I was here for it. Totally here for it. And like I said, the last look that Aiden did was very Bjork. She had this bodysuit with this poncho and these thigh-high boots. And the boots were like knit. So quirky. So different. and it worked. I was like, I was here for it. I was here for it. I really enjoyed it. I did. I was like, oh my, come on, let's get to this. This is good. We go into the Maxi Challenge. Maxi Challenge is this, is You Don't Know Me, honey. And it's a Fosse-esque musical. I was like, ooh. And everybody had to write their own lyrics. This is going to be interesting. Very interesting. So, listen to this. Of course, you know there's going to be drama surrounding the choreography and the girls. Jada doesn't really do choreography. She don't do well with picking up choreography. So, it started off kind of being an argument with Sherry Pie. Then it ended up being an argument with everybody. She just was really deflecting of what her issue was, and she was wasting everybody's time. She wasn't happy with nothing because she can't do shit when it comes to the dances and all of that. So they literally screwed up that whole first part. They kept saying, keep it simple. No, let's keep it Fosse. No, this, that, and the other. The whole rehearsal was a bust. They just literally wasted their whole rehearsal time. I was like, all y'all needed to do is tell Jada to shut up. Then Rockham actually had a whole little breakdown because she was kind of taking charge of the group, and it just didn't go well. And she was taking blame and saying, I really have a problem with leading and this, that, and the other. I'm like, girl, you telling these people that, honey, right out the gate. But she goes through the whole story how her mom was a drug addict, and her mom would blame the children, her and the rest of her children, for her being on drugs and stuff. And that was like all making her sad. And I was like, girl, let's not hang in this. I don't feel like it today. So they told her, okay, girl, yeah, shut up, honey. And that was enough. So then they go, and then they had Tool. They had Tool for the runway. In the whole performance piece, Sherry, Sockham, and Jan were the best. They were really good. Like, all three of them were really, really good. For the Tool runway, Jan came down there and broke them up. Because when you think Tool, of course, everybody's thinking either something real big and fluffy or something real sheer and dainty and you think lingerie, negligee, that kind of thing. Jan came, it was all sheer, but it was these bright colors. It was like lime and orange, and it was a whole workerman outfit, but it was all done in Tool. And it was dead on. It was dead on, and it was very different. And it was done really well, and it was cute. It was cute. It was very cute. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And then Sockham, honey, Miss Rockham Sockham, honey, had this whole Tool big, it was a lot. It was like yards and yards and yards and yards of Tool. I was here for it. It was huge. Huge. And it was just so pretty and fluffy, and she looked like a real big animated toilet paper cozy. I was like, oh girl, I like it, honey. And you could see her meticulous nature as far as putting her things together. That, like she said, it took hundreds and hundreds of yards of Tool. And then in the first part of the fashion show, she hand painted her anime characters onto her outfit. So, yeah, you can see the meticulousness in her and her work. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I appreciate it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway, top two, Jada and Sherry. They ended up performing a song by Robin. Jada bust out and start performing real hard. Sherry was doing more of the New York City drag thing. So you had the Atlanta and the New York City. So it just depends on who you would choose. I would have actually chosen Sherry, but they didn't. They chose Jada. They went with the dancing and the falling down the splits and all of that. again, you know, the dancing thing doesn't knock me out, especially when the song is not a dancing song. I'll never give you that. I'll never side with a death drop and a split and say, yeah, that works. If it doesn't go with the song, I'm not going to sit up here and say, woo, because no, I'm not. If you give me sickening lip sync and sickening expression, I'm going to side with that because that's my aesthetic and drag. It's just not, you know, I death drops and splits don't excite me unless they're where they're put where they need to be. And that song didn't call for any of that. So anyway, but they gave it to Jada. She got the $5,000, and then the two groups met up, and baby, they were. It's like, so we got not only queen on queen, it's group on group. Like, who's the better group, the first group or the other group? I was like, this is gonna be interesting. And baby, when I tell you that some of group one was so goddamn clean, when they came in that room and they were standing there like, it's these bitches. But some of them were clean, clean, clean. I said, all right, bitches, way to intimidate, honey. It was good. And I like where we're going. I really do. I like where we're going. It's going to be very entertaining, you all. Let's ride it out, honey. See y'all next week.